Right, let's hit some time to appreciate the the depreciate. Yeah, of course. Okay, wait. We need to kick things off here, don't we? Let's go into it. Okay, so depreciation. So depreciation is the loss of an asset through age or use. Okay, so here's kind of our general principle. Let's really get big and just think through what our general storyline is going to be here. You're going to buy something. Let's say it's a car. It's often a car. So company or something buys a car, like a tractor. Now, you buy that and it costs a fortune, right? So it costs whatever it costs. Now, over a certain amount of time, that thing's going to lose value. So you're going to lose some value, and that's going to be the depreciation. So that's going to be the losing of value, and they're going to be two different types of depreciation. So let me move into my little box and say there's straight line depreciation. Let's just check, are we all awake here? So if it's a straight line depreciation and you drew a graph, what's the shape of the curve going to be? Going to be a straight line, right? Because straight line depreciation. Yeah. So that's going to be. So straight line depreciation, that's one option, which is like simple interest. So when you think about this one, just think of it as, it's kind of equivalent to simple interest. And then the other type is reducing balance depreciation. So this means that it's going to lose based on its previous value. So let's just compare the two. Let's say that you've got something and it cost 100 Rand in each case. Or the value of that thing is 100 Rand. And that's going to depreciate as a straight line depreciation at, say, 10%. Now, if it does that, that means that each year it's going to lose 10 Rand. So in year 2, it's going to be worth 90 Rand. Next year, it's going to be worth 80 Rand. And so it goes until eventually it's worth nothing. And no, it can't be worth negative. Okay, so that would be a straight line. Whereas in our other version, something costs 100 Rand, and let's say it's going down at 10%. Okay, after the first year, it's going to be worth 90 Rand, right? 10% down. But the next year, it's going to lose 10% of that 90 Rand, so it's going to be worth 81 Rand, right? Because it's going to be, 9 Rand off. Okay, ready to use those concepts now in an example. I can only hope that you said yes, and you said it with lots of enthusiasm. So we buy a computer for 20,000. I could do with that. Now I'm well set up here. So depreciates at 20% per annum on a straight line basis. Determine the value of the computer at the end of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years and plot a graph of the computer's value over the 5-year period. Okay, so as we look here, let's see what happens. So it's 20% per annum. So we know that because it's a straight line basis, we're going to use this formula up here. Let's take a copy paste of it so it's readily available over here. Wow, it is large and looming. So there it is. That's going to be our formula. So let's plug in our thing to go after 1 year. A equals principal amount, 20,000 Rand. 1 minus number of years, 1 year at... what is the percentage? And of course, what is that as a decimal? Okay, well, it was 20%, so that's 0.2. Into the calculator, you can put that, and what do you get? Okay, well, you got something like that. I have got my own calculator somewhere over there. And we've got 20, 1, 2, 3, times 1 minus 1 times 0.2 equals, syntax error. Equals, it's just the excitement, 16,000 Rand. Okay, so 16,000 Rand. I guess 20% is a fifth, and a fifth of 20,000 Rand is 4,000 Rand. So it makes sense. It's kind of going to lose 4,000 Rand every year. So that means that at 0 years, it's 20,000. At 1 year, it's 16,000. Just looking at the graph and what you're being given and the fact that it's going down by 4,000 Rand every year, what do you think it's going to be worth after 2 years? Okay, well, I'm going to plug it into the formula just so that we get the idea of the formula But I don't want to overthink this one because, you know, we're going to do some nice, juicy examples. So we plug that into the calculator. Mine is still up and ready to go. It's still there, so I can just change that 1 to a 2, and it is worth 12,000 Rand. Okay, so there's 12,000 Rand. I think it's fair enough if we move that out of the way, and we moved that out of the way. In fact, like really out of the way. If only. So there we go. Leave it to you. Fill in the rest. And yeah, maybe comment on what shape do you get and does it reach 0? Okay, so if we kept on doing this, we're going to get a straight line. And, you know, that lines up with that. That lines up with that. And after 5 years, it's lost a fifth every year. So after 5 years, the computer is valued at nothing. I don't want to use the term worthless because, you know, it's still going to be worth something, but it's depreciated to nothing. So that's one way that things can depreciate. Second half of this video, let's look at a truck, and this one's going to go at a reducing balance basis. So let me get that formula ready for us here. And where's our formula? Okay, there we go. So here's our formula with a little r for no reason. Now in this case, let's just think through what this means. 180,000 Rand, reducing balance at 15% per annum. Determine the value of the truck after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and plot a graph. So let's just get ourselves a nice Cartesian plane ready here where, you know, we're going to look at the years over here and we're going to put the value up here. Now, this one's still going to start similar to the other one. It's going to start at 180,000 Rand after no years. And after 1 year, let's just plug it in and see. So after 1 year, A equals principal amount, 180,000 Rand, 1 minus 0.15 to the power of 1. So that's what the value of the truck is going to be after 1 year. So let's pop our calculator up here and go 180, 123, 1 minus 0.15 to the power of 153,000. 153,000. So let's put that over here. 153. I'm just going to do it like that. Okay, now I'm going to leave you to do 1, 2, 3, or 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to leave you to do that and to put it into the calculator. So that exponent's just going to change to 2, 3, 4, and 5. And jot down all of those numbers and draw it on a rough graph. And the question this time is, what shape does your graph have? And it is not a straight line. So I'm going to rule that out already, that if you're going to just write straight line, it's not. Then you're guessing from the one above. What shape is the graph? And does it ever reach 0? Okay, I think that's enough. And let's go back with these beautiful tunes.